Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a last-minute Father's Day card for you because Father's Day is this weekend, and I'll be using this super cute stamp set from Simon Says Stamp and My Favorite Things. This was a Stamptember set from 2021, and it was called Time to Unwind. So I am just going to pull out this stamp set, ink it up, and create a scene on my card base. Now this stamp set is no longer available because it was an exclusive for Stamptember 2021, but you can definitely check out Simon Says Stamp and My Favorite Things because they have a lot of cute images like this, especially My Favorite Things. And there's some other cute animals out there that you could create similar scenes. Even a Lawn Fawn has some cute animals and add-ons that you could create a similar scene with. So definitely think outside the box, and I hope that this card can give you some inspiration to use the stamp sets that you have in your collection. I definitely wanted to go ahead and use this for Father's Day. That's why I wanted to get it when it was available at Simon Says Stamp. I just really loved the moose on here, and there's also a raccoon, and I thought this would be perfect for Father's Day. So I'm just creating the scene, and I'm using the VersaFine Onyx black ink because I'm going to be doing some watercoloring with my Distress inks, the mini cubes here in a little bit. So I wanted to go ahead and use the water-based inks or ink to ink it up so that the inks would go with the watercoloring and I wouldn't have any smudging with the ink. No reacting. Yeah, and I live in Canada, so I really loved this moose, and we actually have a hammock that we put outside most summers, and I just thought this would be so fun to give to my husband and the different people in my life, like my father-in-law and father, and just play with this stamp set. But you can do whatever works for your loved ones during this season. So just creating the scene, playing with the different trees, and then you're going to see I paint in a little bit of a scene here and there as we add in the color. Because it looks like he's like floating up too high at first. But I fixed that and we paint the scene. So I will have all of the supplies that I can listed down below in the description box. Like I said, I cannot link to this stamp set, but use what you have and get out a stamp set that you have not used in a while. I know that there are stamp sets that I have not used in a while. I know that there are stamp sets that I have not used yet. It happens. So go ahead, pull out a stamp set that you know you want to use and create something that you love to give to your loved ones. So now I am just getting ready to watercolor. I have been loving watercoloring cards again. It has been a while since I have pulled out my mini ink cubes. I've been doing a bunch of cards with the mini ink cubes, and it is just so relaxing and fun to just paint and create the scene and just relax. So while you are watching this, sit back, relax, and enjoy the process. Maybe grab some of your watercoloring or your favorite medium to color with and create as well. So I'm just going to be adding in the background, the sky, and I am using heavyweight cardstock for this. So you're going to get a different look if you use a watercolor paper. It was just easier for me to stamp right directly on the card base, and I definitely need to invest in some watercolor paper or just pull out my watercolor paper, but sometimes I find that this works better for me. I might not get it to look perfect, but sometimes this works better for me because it's just a lot heavier and it just flows better for me. So use what works best for you. And I do not show you the whole process of me watercoloring the blue background area because it was quite the process. It did take me a little bit of time. So I leave some of that footage out and get right into the coloring and add more color in. and create my forest scene with this moose hanging out in the hammock. Super, super fun. So I will switch to coloring in the colors here pretty quickly. So let me know down in the comments, just for fun, what is your favorite animal? I would say my favorite animal is... I don't really know what my favorite animal is. I like moose. They're pretty cute. I don't know. Can I pick a favorite animal? I really like monkeys, but I used to like monkeys a lot. I don't know. You let me know down below what your favorite animal is if you want to, just for fun. So the stamp set comes with the sentiment Time to Unwind, and I believe there's one other one, but I ended up using Time to Unwind, and then I'm going to stamp Happy Father's Day from another set. It's the Hero Arts Happy Father's Day wood mounted stamp. So as you can see, the blue background is all colored in, and now I'm just bringing in more of the colors, creating that forest and adding all of the forest colors in. And I'm using the Tim Holtz Fine Detail water brush, and I love it. It gives you control if you do not squeeze it out too much, and you can get into all of the fine details of these very detailed stamps, and I love it. And as you can see, I am just taking the ink and putting it directly onto my glass mat, adding the water's already in the brush, and then I'm able to pick it up and apply it to my watercoloring. And this works out really, really good, and you can even do some ink smushing after on a separate piece of paper if you do not want that ink to go to waste. I forget to do this sometimes, but that is a great tip, and you can get some cool backgrounds from your glass mat. So now I am painting in a scene, or painting a little bit more of the scene in, adding some hills to ground the trees and just make the scene look a little bit more complete, so that the moose doesn't look like he's floating up too high in the sky. Just giving the ground area a base and just adding in some details. And I'm also going to add in a sun here in a little bit, but first I need to color in the hammock. And color in the moose. So I use two different colors for the moose, one for his body and then one for his antlers. And I'll have all of the distress inks that I used listed down below as well. And then, of course, I paint the tree trunks. They're very thin, but I added a little bit of color to that as well. And then I'm going to add in a sun. So for this area, definitely want to have the blue be mostly dry, because you do not want the yellow to mix with the blue, because then you're going to have a green sun, and that would be silly. But you do see a little tiny bit of green, but definitely not enough to switch anything up. So, and then I'm going ahead and using that Happy Father's Day stamp from Hero Arts, I believe it is, using the VersaFine black Onyx black ink again, just to keep it systematic, keep the same inks going. If there's any water still left on the card base, that's going to react all right with it. So that is the card. I did not add any sparkles or anything to it. I just left it like this, and I really love how it turned out. I love the scene. I love how I could add in my own hills and my own sunshine, and I'm just really happy with how this card turned out. So I hope that you can pull out a stamp set that you have not used yet and create something that you love to bless someone else in your life. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I have more content coming your way. Bye for now.